The NFL's Week 2 of football slate is coming this Sunday. So in this video, I'm going to go over Joe's Power Picks. I'm going to give you 3 winners that are can't miss picks, as well as my upset of the week. Who's going to win? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Pro Edition. My name is Joe, and along with Sports, won't too much with that being said. Feel free to join me in the comment section right down below and give me your thoughts. What Week 2 matchup are you looking forward to the most? Who do you think is going to win? Do you agree or disagree with my picks? Let me know in the comment section down below. So, last week, I actually went 4-0 in Joe's Power Picks, thanks to games by the Rams, Ravens, and the Patriots, as well as the Jacksonville Jaguars that came through in my upset of the week. So, let's see how we're going to do this week. Hopefully, we can continue with that 4-0. So, let's begin. So, I'm going to start off with the first game, Cowboys versus Falcons. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take the Cowboys to win this football game just because of the fact that Dak plays better at home. I really like what I see with this offense. He really does hit all the cylinders, and he's a great quarterback when he's at home. Only thing that concerns me is the fact that Tyron Smith is showing up on the injury report, but I still have full-on confidence that he's going to be able to play this Sunday. As far as the Falcons, though, I really didn't like anything that from what I've seen from this team really in the last 2 years. I think Dan Quinn obviously is coaching for his job. The defense was atrocious last week as they got shredded and got 38 points hung up on them. And really, I just don't see anything in this team, that can really contend with the Cowboys. Last week, they were able to put up, over 400 yards of total offense, but struggled to put up points early on in the game. So this team is bad at getting started in games. I see more of that happening this week against the Cowboys, especially when they have to travel to Dallas, and those traveling issues now with Corona is really going to make a difference and really throw this team off its rhythm and preparation. So I really like Dallas. I feel like Zeke's going to be able to shred that Falcons D line. I feel like Dak's going to be able to throw to all 3 receivers and really get Amari, CD going, and Michael Gallup going. I feel like all 3 of those guys are going to eat. So I really like, I'm real strongly about this pick. So I'm going to have Dallas winning this game 34-24. My second game, I actually have the San Francisco 49ers versus the New York Jets. I'm going to take San Francisco to win this game hands down. San Francisco last week was humiliated. They got shredded by Kyler. A big reputation for the Niners is their Niners defense and that defensive line, and Kyler was not only able to just throw on this team, and DeAndre Hopkins nuked them for 151 yards, but Kyler was able to run for another 91 yards himself. Now, San Francisco struggles with mobile quarterbacks, so I do understand on why that happened, but now going up against the Jets, Sam Darnold isn't mobile. They lost Le'Veon Bell already, so that's a big chunk of the run game, which they already don't have, so it's a real big step back. And the fact that this offensive line is still really building through, it's just real rebuilding phase. Obviously, it's not solidified at all. They're still mixing and matching pieces there, and obviously, I've said it all along, Adam Gase can't coach. I don't believe in him. I feel like, the way that the Jets performed last week was very disappointing. They were getting beaten for most of that game, and Adam Gase did not have his team prepared. I feel like this guy is coaching for his job. I feel like a couple more weeks of this, and he'll really be on that hot seat, and quite possibly lose his job by the halfway point of the season. So I feel like the Niners are going to come back. They're going to bounce back. They're going to be able to run the football well. I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have some real good moments, and I see this team winning this football game 31-17. Now, for my third pick, I'm actually going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go over the Carolina Panthers. Now, Carolina did have a good showing against a terrible defense with the Las Vegas Raiders, but, and even though, Tom Brady's still getting adjusted to the system in Tampa, Carolina still had a new head coach. He's going through the trials and tribulations of what transitioning from college to the NFL level is right now when it comes to coaching. Obviously, he had a dud last week when he didn't give the ball off to Christian McCaffrey. And, I feel like Teddy's going to want to go out there and sling the football. But I think, when I look at Tampa Bay's issues, everyone knew that they were going to lose against New Orleans, and everyone's, freaking out. But I never believed that they were going to win regardless of how they lost. Now, looking at back how they lost, though, there's a lot of miscommunications. Brady threw a pick 6. Receivers weren't running their proper routes. And, they had some miscommunications on special teams where, they had a blocked punt and they had a fumble on a kickoff return. I don't see those special teams mistakes happening again for the second week in a row. Plus, Brady, after a loss, is usually spot on the following week. So I'm going to go ahead and put my trust on Tom Brady and Bruce Arians over a guy like Matt Rule and Teddy Bridgewater. No disrespect to Teddy, but I feel like the Bucs have just too much more firepower. I feel like Brady's going to be in sync with his receivers. And again, it's a very highly motivated quarterback after taking defeats. Especially the way that they lost New Orleans. I feel like Brady's going to be hyped and he's going to go out there with a vengeance. I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this football game 37-24. Now, going in for my upset of the week, I actually have the Minnesota Vikings going over the Indianapolis Colts. Now, to me, this game is real interesting for me just because of the fact that I cannot believe that the Vikings are actually underdogs going into this game. I know that Minnesota's traveling to Indianapolis, but still, when I look at the Colts, I feel like it's a great overall roster to begin with. But now, in this coming week, after they lost against a division rival in Jacksonville, who a lot of people were expecting them to win, have multiple injuries on the offensive side of the football. Phillip Rivers, starting tight end, and Jack Doyle's out. Phillip Rivers, to me, was a liability for his charter team, and I feel like it's a liability for the Colts this season. I never understood the signing. Last year he threw 20 picks, and it was very clear that he didn't have anything or much left in the tank. Last week he threw 2 picks, and I already see a repeat performance with him throwing at least 2 picks this coming week. With Minnesota, though, I get 2 good running backs in Alexander Madison and Dalvin Cook that can power run that football. Mike Zimmer's defense, after getting humiliated last week against Green Bay, is going to come out there and they have something to prove. And Kirk Cousins, hey, I'm not a fan of Kirk, but I do see him being able to outperform Phillip Rivers. I have the Minnesota Vikings winning this football game 24-20. Now, for my game of the week, it's going to be Sunday Night Football showdown between the New England Patriots versus the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I have the Seattle Seahawks winning this game, but what it comes down to is going to be Bill Belichick versus Russell Wilson. That's the showdown that we're truly getting. Now, I feel like, to me, for the Patriots, this is the real test now. You had weeks to prepare for the Miami Dolphins, who is a lesser team than you, and now you're going up against, again, a guy that's an MVP candidate in Russell Wilson, a good coach in Pete Carroll, and now you have to be able to game plan with Cam on a week-to-week basis. That's what I'm interested in seeing. I feel like Seattle gets the job done. They're at home. They may not have, the 12th man with them, but Russell Wilson plays well at home. I feel like he's going to give New England defense and New England secondary a lot of issues, and I have Seattle winning this game without a doubt. So be on the lookout for that game. That should be a good one on Sunday Night Football. So thanks for listening. If you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comment section down below and give me your thoughts. What are you looking forward to in week 2? Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave it a like. And if you enjoy content like this, feel free to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.